Howdy, Puck here. I made it to my destination for the evening. I'm here at the Econo Lodge in Wichita Falls. I planned this trip piss poorly. There was no itinerary, so I had to pay for fucking lodging because I didn't plan out which campground I would go at. So here I am, being a consumer. Yahoo, but at least I'm safe. For other people's sake, I guess. Got a little bit of light reading. Had a poetry book I bought, some Ernest Hemingway, some spiritual poetry, and I'm not actually reading this for the art of war. It's for the Tao Te Ching, although it's got many good writings in it, whatever the heck you want to say. It's a little late, my eloquence is failing me. But yeah, what a day. As I was coming in to Wichita, the sun was going down, and that was about the point I realized, yeah, I'm gonna have to freaking get a place. I've driven all through the night before. Not like I couldn't do it, but something I've realized lately is how much people care about me. If I figured I would know that, but I really didn't. As I was coming into Wichita, there was a beautiful sunset. The sky was just breaking apart in different varieties of clouds. The hues were magnificent, just coloring it in oranges and blues and pinks. And it made me think about the richness of each moment. How no matter where you are and what you're doing, in each moment there's so much to take in, even when you're sad, angry, happy. There's already one thing, the emotional quality of a moment. And on top of that, you have each of your five senses. They're always engaged, whether or not you're paying attention to them. You stop for a moment. What are you smelling? Is the fresh food being cooked, or is that weird smell of the heater filling your nose? The texture of your clothes, the temperature of the outside, the feel of your hair, the taste of something delicious you just ate. Or maybe it wasn't delicious, great too. That's great too. What are you hearing? Is there music? Are there bird song? Is there the thrum of the engine in the vehicle you're driving? There's so much. None of it's good or bad. It just is until you label it. And that helps bring me back into a moment thinking about just how rich any single given moment really is. But it made me think when I was a younger man in high school, I suffered from, I would say other people suffered from my toxic positivity, as I have now known that it is called. I completely denied the existence of anything negative in life. It wasn't like I was unaware of people dying or bad things happening, but I did not acknowledge it. Not truly. Something would happen to one of my friends, a family member would pass away, their dog would get run over, they'd fail a class, they'd get kicked out of extracurricular, I don't know, any life thing that happens. And they'd be upset, rightly so, And I go to him and be like, hey, the sun is shining and the grass is green and the music's good and blah, blah, blah. And eventually my friends got tired of being around me. They're shut up. I say, shut up. I'm sad. Let me be sad. I can't just be happy right now. And that was hard for me to figure it out. Really. Why would you want to be sad? Why don't you just be happy? Why don't you just turn a switch? But there is no switch. There is no switch you can just turn. And I've struggled with it in recent years because I've dove really deep into spiritual practices, studying religion and philosophy, practicing mindfulness, yoga. I've gone fairly deep into a lot of these practices. And I've always been a naturally happy guy, so I didn't do it to become happy. I did it because I guess I was naturally inclined to it. I've been a self-improvement guy for a long time, always taking care of myself and trying to become better. But there was a point whenever I started to wonder, like, who the hell am I? You know, who am I to tell someone else, be happy? You know, breathe mindfully for a few minutes. Take a deep breath. Look around. You know, even if I was being more sincere and acknowledging their pain, it's like I'd never been through any of that. I'd never been through any pain. How did I even understand? How could I possibly tell someone else what to do to be happy? You know? And I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't have a right to try to help people, but the more I learned, the more I realized that what you have to say is secondary, really. I had an anxiety attack today. And in the midst of that, I was telling myself a lot of the things that I've told myself in the past, you know. But whenever your chest is caving in on itself, your stomach is wrenched tight, your shoulders are tense, you can't just take a deep breath. Okay, you can, because I did. I said, be here now. I tried to focus on the moment, be here, you know. I wasn't trying to push the thoughts away necessarily. I was going through all the techniques that I've taught myself and learned. But it didn't matter in the depths of that moment. It did not matter. I was there. I was wrapped up in the pain. And I don't feel like it gives me any more of a right to tell any of you to be happy or to practice these things, but it gives a much better framework for what it is I'm doing and what it is other people are going through. Not too long ago at all, I was sitting with a very, very dear friend. We were talking about life, as we always do. But it went deeper than I had. My fears are very subtle, or at least they were. And when we were talking, I let it out. I told her all of my fears, all my pains, my struggles, in a way that I never told anybody. And she told me hers. She told me hers. And I listened in a way that I don't think I'd ever listened to anybody before. And she told me some dark things, but true things, about the pain she felt. And I realized how much I cared in that moment. How much I cared for other people. How selfish I had been in the past. It really opened my heart to a lot of people. And I realized I'm not living for myself. Not just myself. I'm living for others too. And I guess the point I'm getting at, if there is a point to all this, is that pain teaches. The hardest times in my life have taught me the greatest lessons. And the pain that I've shared with other people has connected more than happiness and fun ever could. Because that's the truth. When you're happy and you're in a centered place and everything is okay, then it's okay, you know? You can talk about whatever, it's fine. But whenever you can really open up to someone and they open up to you, my God, you should cherish that. That someone would come to you
And there are always woe is me people around that just like complaining. But when someone truly comes to you with that hurt, God, you should be honored. You should be honored. Because it's a beautiful thing. Even the pain, even that's beautiful in its own way. A man so lost in the depths that he lies on the ground pounding and screaming to God for guidance, for help. You know, it's a tragic thing, but still it's got its own romantic beauty to it. But it's because of this pain that my heart has been opened, that I'm able to see others more truly than I could before. And I know this is kind of depressing, blah, 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 but you know, life is sometimes. But that doesn't mean that it always has to be. I've learned to acknowledge the pain and the sadness and honor it. Honor it. When you're sad, when you're upset, when you're angry, you don't have to lash out. You don't have to act out in that emotion. But look at it, honor it, and love yourself, even when you're in the depths. If you can find that gratitude and that love when your heart is ripping in two, then you'll be all right. Then you'll be all right, even if it's hard. And remember that even if you're sad and you acknowledge it, and you're like, okay, I'm here. It's okay to be sad. Remember that it's okay to be happy, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, or what's gone on in your life. It's all right to be happy. It's okay to be okay. It's okay to smile. It's okay to forgive yourself. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to love yourself. So yeah, I don't know if there was a point to this at all, but this is my vlog. I'm going to say what I want and make videos about what I want. So if you have enjoyed this ramble here with the red wall and this Econo Lodge as I do what I do, then I'm glad you're here. Thank you. God bless you. I love you.